Hello, sir. Myself T. Kaushik Reddy from Computer Science and Engineering, and my roll number is 229518050. And my topic for WAD, this web application development, is using JavaScript to build high performance network programs. So let's start the topic of AAT. So first, Node.js using JavaScript to build high performance network programs. Node.js, also called a Node, is a server-side JavaScript environment. It's based on Google's runtime implementation, the Apply and V8 engine. V8 and Node are mostly implemented in C and C++, focusing on performance and low memory consumption. But whereas VB supports mainly JavaScript in browser, most notably Google Chrome, Node aims to support long-running server process. Next, as we know, the JavaScript is an excellent fit for this approach because it supports event callbacks. For example, when a browser completely loads a document, a user clicks a button or an AJAX requested is fulfilled, an event triggers a callback. JavaScript's functional nature makes it extremely easy to create anonymous function objects that you can register as event handlers. So building high performance network programs in JavaScript involves leveraging various features and optimizations available in the language. Here are some key considerations and techniques to enhance the performance of your network programs using JavaScript. So asynchronous programming, let's learn what is asynchronous programming or what is the use of this asynchronous programming. So use asynchronous program to handle network operations efficiently. JavaScript, especially in environments likely Node.js, is designed to non-blocking, allowing you to perform multiple tasks concurrently without waiting for one to finish before starting. So we know the asynchronous programming is nothing but it which is used to handle network operations efficiently, which is a JavaScript, especially in environments like Node.js is designed to be non-blocking. And building high performance networking programs in JavaScript involves leveraging various features and optimizations. And here are some key considerations and techniques to enhance the performance of your network programs using JavaScript. Next, event-driven architecture. Leverage event-driven architecture to respond to network events efficiently. Node.js, for example, is built on an event-driven architecture that allows you to handle network events asynchronously. Next, optimization network requests. Next, caching. So first, what is optimizing network requests? Minimize the number of networks requests by combining multiple requests or using protocols like HTTP to HTTP/2 that supports multiplexing. Next, caching. Implementation caching mechanisms to store frequently used data locally, reducing the need for repeated network requests. Load balancing, WebSockets, and optimization codes. So first, load balancing. Implement balancing to distribute network traffic evenly across multiple servers, improving overall performance and reliability. WebSockets. Consider using WebSockets for real-time communication as they consider a persistent bidirectional communication channel between the client and the server. Optimizing code. Optimize your JavaScript code by identifying and refactoring performance bottlenecks. Tools like profilers and performance analyst tools can help in this regard. Compression. Enable compression for data transferred over the network to reduce the amount of data sent and improve overall performance. So compression, what compression helps you? Enable compression for data transferred over the network. So compressing a PDF file helps, like some websites are there, you need to upload a file, means there is a restriction of 1 MB. The file size should be 1 MB. So to compress the file, then or the PDF, you have to use the online compressions to compress it. So compression is plays a major role while uploading a file in a website. If there are any conditions mentioned like under 1 MB, the file should be. So compression, enable compression for data transferred over the network to reduce the amount of data sent and improve the overall performance. Compression also, if you want a more compression like less than 1 MB compression, the quality may be reduce or decrease. Next, use efficient libraries. Choose libraries and frameworks optimized for a high performance network operations. For example, in Node.js, libraries like Axios and NodeFetch are commonly used for making HTTP requests. The programming model. Node's input-output approach is strict. I is talking about input-output. Next, asynchronous interactions aren't the exception. They are the rule. Every IO operation is handled by means of higher order functions, that is, functions taking as a parameter that specify what to do when there is something to do. In only rare circumstances, how Node's developer added a convenience functions that works asynchronously. For example, for removing or renaming files, but generally when operations that might require network or file input output are invoked, control is immediately returned to the caller. Next, concurrent programming. A node server process usually invoked from the command line using something like node script name runs single threaded yet can serve many clients concurrently. This seems a contradiction, but recall that there is an implicit main loop around the code. And what's actually happening in that loop is just a number of registration calls, no actual input output, let alone business logic processing happens in the loop body. Input output related events trigger the actual processing, such as connection being made or bytes being sent or received from a socket file or an external system. Next, the server-side JavaScript ecosystem. Node is one of the better-known frameworks and environment that support server-side JavaScript development. The community has created a whole ecosystem of libraries for or compatible with Node. Among these tools, such as Node MySQL or Node CoachDB, plays an important role by supporting asynchronous interaction with relational and NoSQL data stores, respectively. Many frameworks provide a full featured web stack such as Connect and Express, which are compatible to Rack and Rails in the Ruby world in scope. If not yet in popularity, the Node package manages npm enables installation of libraries and their dependencies. Next, before the conclusion, I want to tell the concurrent programming once again. I'll explain it once again or repeat it. A node server's process usually invoked from the command line using something like node script name runs single threaded yet can serve many clients concurrently. This seems the code and what's actually happening in that loop is just a number of registrations calls. No actual IO, let alone business logic processing happens in the loop body. IO-related events trigger the actual processing, such as a connection being made or bytes being sent or received from the socket file or external system. So IO-related event triggers the actual processing. So input-output devices are the main thing or are the main events to trigger the actual processing. So to if you want to perform any active process, then the input-output devices or the input-output statements are must and should for that. So the IO related events are only one that triggers the actual processing, such as connection being made or bytes being sent or received from a socket file or external system. Next, a server-side JavaScript ecosystem. Also, let's repeat this again. Node is one of the better known frameworks and environment that supports server-side JavaScripts development. The community has created a whole ecosystem of libraries for or compatible with Node. Among these tools, such as Node MySQL or Node CoachDB, play an important role by supporting asynchronous interaction with relational and NoSQL data stores, respectively. Many frameworks provide a full-featured web stack, such as Connect and Express, which are comparable to React and Rails in the Ruby worlds in scope, if not yet in popularity. The Node package manager npm enables installation of libraries and dependencies. Next, the Node programming model. Node's IO approach is strict asynchronous interactions are the expectations. They are the rule. Every IO operation is handled by means of higher ordered functions. So every input output operations as we know, are handled with higher order of functions. Next, the functions, taking functions as parameter that specify what to do when there's something to do. So functions parameters are used to specify what to do and when there is something to do. Like if there's any work to do or and what is that work to do. In only rare circumstances, having Nodes developers added a convenience function that works synchronously, for example, for removing and remaining files. But generally, when operations that might require network or file I/O are invoked, control is immediately returned to the caller. As we know, this already done. That is a server-side JavaScript ecosystem. Many frameworks provide a featured web stack store, a web stack such as Connect and Express, which are comparable to Rack and Rails in the Ruby world, if in scope. If not, in popularity, the Node Package Manager (npm) enables the installation of libraries and the dependencies. Next, a conclusion. In conclusion, using JavaScript to build high-performance network programs involves a combination of asynchronous programming, event-driven architecture, and various optimization to enhance efficiency. Next, the leveraging the non-blocking nature of JavaScript, particularly in environments like Node.js, allows developers to create responsive and scalable network applications. So, the conclusion for this to build high-performance network programs, we use in JavaScript to build high-performance network programs which involves a combination of different things, like it includes a combination of asynchronous programming, event-driven architecture, and various optimizations to enhance efficiency. So, not only the asynchronous programming, event-driven architecture, and various, not only the combination of asynchronous programming and event-driven architecture makes or builds the high performance networks, but also the other various optimizations which enhance the efficiency. Means not only these two combinations, there are many other combinations with this, which makes the enhanced efficiency of it, and various optimizations to enhance the efficiency. So at last, we will lead a conclusion. In conclusion, using JavaScript to build high-performance network programs involves a combination of asynchronous programming, event-driven architecture, and various optimizations to enhance efficiency, leveraging the non-blocking nature of the JavaScript, particularly in environments like Node.js allows developers to create responsive and scalable networks applications. So yeah, this is the topic of my for web application development subjects, that is to build high performance programs, which involves the combination of asynchronous programming and asynchronous programming, event-driven architecture, and various optimization to enhance the efficiency. So yeah, thank you. This is a topic, AAT topic for me. WAD, that is web application and development. Thank you.